When it comes to beef short ribs, they are absolutely one of my favorite things to cook, and this recipe, you're gonna love it because I love it. And the top 3 reasons why is because I did not have to cut the oven on and heat up the whole house. They're completely stovetop. 2, I did not use wine in these short ribs, and 3, I was just able to put it on the stove and didn't have to stand over it and watch it all day long. Now, first thing I did was went on ahead, I cleaned off my short ribs. After I cleaned my beef short ribs off, it was time for me to go ahead and season it, add a little bit of oil on top, and then I went in with some of my favorite seasonings. First thing, I went in with some all-purpose seasoning. After I got some all-purpose seasoning in there, I did have to go ahead and add some garlic powder and onion powder. You know, you can't have one, you got to have both. After I got that garlic powder and onion powder on there, I went on ahead and added me some smoked paprika. Went on ahead and used some of that Brazilian steakhouse seasoning because it's beef, so I figured it would go real good together. After we got that Brazilian steakhouse seasoning on there, I decided that I was going to go ahead and use some of this Grill Mates roasted garlic and herb. This seasoning is so good. If you do not have it in your pantry, don't walk but run to the supermarket and go ahead and put some of that in your pantry. It's definitely a game changer. After I got my ribs seasoned real good, I'm going to go ahead and mix everything together. Make sure that I got the front, the back, the sides, everything seasoned down real good. If it does not have enough seasoning, make sure you go ahead and add some more. If you feel like it has enough seasoning, you're going to go ahead and let these marinate for a little bit. When it comes to short ribs, it's something I feel like, not just short ribs, when it comes to beef, I feel like beef needs to be seasoned well. So make sure you add enough seasoning to your beef. I'm showing you mine, and to me, mine look nice and seasoned to my liking. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure I got every part of that coated. Once I got it coated, I am going to let it rest for a few minutes, and we are going to put this on the stove. So first thing I did was go ahead and got my pan. I added in some fresh garlic that I chopped up. After I added in my fresh garlic, I did go ahead and add in some onion and peppers as well, and I just let that cook for a few minutes just to release some of those flavors. Once I was able to get those flavors released, it was time for us to go ahead and add in the juice from an orange. And yes, you heard me right, the juice from an orange. Now trust me, friends, trust the process, but we're gonna get there. But one thing I am going to say is, if you are making short ribs, this is not one of those quick and easy meals. This is going to take hours. This needs time. So if you are looking for a quick and easy meal, braised beef short ribs is not one of them. This is something that is going to take you a couple of hours out of your day to make. It's actually a 2-day process if you're going to go ahead and season it the night before and then cook it the next day. But let's get back into this orange. So yes, I'm going to take a fresh orange. I'm going to squeeze it in the palm of my hand, making sure the palm of my hand is covering the top part, because if any seeds come out of my orange, I want to be able to get the seeds. I don't want the seeds to go in there with my veggies. And I'm going to use a whole orange because we are doing about 5 short ribs, so I want to make sure I'm adding in enough of that orange flavor, and it's going to bring a nice sweetness to the dish. After I got my orange squeeze in there, went on ahead and mixed everything back up again, because we want all these flavors that we're adding in our pan to become one. This is going to be the base, the stock that we're going to use to cook our short ribs in. So we want to make sure that we're getting it nice and flavorful, in addition to the seasoning that we already have on the ribs. So now I'm getting everything mixed in together. Once I get everything mixed in together, we are going to go ahead and start adding in our beef stock. Now I do prefer to use beef stock. If you do not have beef stock, you can use water. Beef stock is just going to add a lot more flavor to it. You absolutely can use chicken, but I always recommend just using beef stock. But I'm always going to tell you, use what you have in your house as well. Got our beef stock in there. Once we got that beef stock in there, it was time to go ahead and start adding our ribs in. And I'm going to add this meat side down. You want the part with the meat on it to be in the stock so it can absorb those flavors and it can actually cook, get nice and tender. We're going to leave the bone side up, and I'm going to put just enough liquid in there just to cover the meat, and the bone is going to be exposed. After I get my ribs in there, I am going to go ahead and add in just a little bit of some fresh herbs. The herbs that I have is some thyme, so I'm going to add in a little bit of fresh thyme, and I also have some fresh rosemary as well, so I'm going to go ahead and add in some rosemary. After I added my rosemary, I put my top on there, and when I came back to check on my ribs, they were fork tender. They smelled so good, so delicious, and they were so tender. They was just sliding right off of the fork. Now you can go ahead and take the drippings, make your gravy, get your little mash, and dinner is served.